Here's what I am talking about and what you need to see. June 24, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. While the media schmucks have been standing around snarking and stuffing people's heads full of lies, omissions, deceits, and nonsense, this is just a partial list sent by a friend of what Donald Trump and his administration has accomplished while you slept. As you read this list, including all you leftist liars and whiners, see how much this man did for all of you, too, and ask yourselves if you really think you could do more or better? June 17, 2020. The media doesn't want you to know this. Please just take the time to read the list. You might be surprised at the things that are important to you. What have President Trump and his cabinet accomplished in 3.5 years with zero help from the left? Here you go. Trump recently signed 3 bills to benefit Native people. One gives compensation to the Spokane tribe for loss of their lands in the mid-1900s, one funds native language programs, and the third gives federal recognition to the Little Shell tribe of Chippewa Indians in Montana. Trump finalized the creation of Space Force as our 6th military branch. Trump signed a law to make cruelty to animals a federal felony so that animal abusers face tougher consequences. Violent crime has fallen every year he's been in office after rising during the 2 years before he was elected. Trump signed a bill making CBD and hemp legal. Trump's EPA gave $100 million to fix the water infrastructure problem in Flint, Michigan. Under Trump's leadership, in 2018 the U.S. surpassed Russia and Saudi Arabia to become the world's largest producer of crude oil. Trump signed a law ending the gag orders on pharmacists that prevented them from sharing money-saving information. Trump signed the Allow States and Victims to Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act (FOSTA), which includes the Stop Enabling Sex Traffickers Act (SESTA), which both give law enforcement and victims new tools to fight sex trafficking. Trump signed a bill to require airports to provide spaces for breastfeeding moms. The 25% lowest paid Americans enjoyed a 4.5% income boost in November 2019, which outpaces a 2.9% gain in earnings for the country's highest paid workers. Low-wage workers are benefiting from higher minimum wages and from corporations that are increasing entry-level pay. Trump signed the biggest wilderness protection and conservation bill in a decade and designated 375,000 acres as protected land. Trump signed the Save Our Seas Act, which funds $10 million per year to clean tons of plastic and garbage from the ocean. He signed a bill this year allowing some drug imports from Canada so that prescription prices would go down. Trump signed an executive order this year that forces all healthcare providers to disclose the cost of their services so that Americans can comparison shop and know how much less providers charge insurance companies. When signing that bill he said no American should be blindsided by bills for medical services they never agreed to in advance. Hospitals will now be required to post their standard charges for services, which include the discounted price a hospital is willing to accept. In the 8 years prior to President Trump's inauguration, prescription drug prices increased by an average of 3.6% per year. Under Trump, drug prices have seen year-over-year declines in 9 of the last 10 months, with a 1.1% drop as of the most recent month. He created a White House VA hotline to help veterans and principally staffed it with veterans and direct family members of veterans. VA employees are being held accountable for poor performance, with more than 4,000 VA employees removed, demoted, and suspended so far. Issued an executive order requiring the Secretaries of Defense, Homeland Security, and Veterans Affairs to submit a joint plan to provide veterans access to mental health treatment as they transition to civilian life. Because of a bill signed and championed by Trump, in 2020, most federal employees will see their pay increase by an average of 3.1%, the largest raise in more than 10 years. Trump signed into a law up to 12 weeks of paid parental leave for millions of federal workers. Trump administration will provide HIV prevention drugs for free to 200,000 uninsured patients per year for 11 years. All-time record sales during the 2019 holidays. Trump signed an order allowing small businesses to group together when buying insurance to get a better price. President Trump signed the Preventing Maternal Deaths Act that provides funding for states to develop maternal mortality reviews to better understand maternal complications and identify solutions, and largely focuses on reducing the higher mortality rates for Black Americans. In 2018, President Trump signed the groundbreaking First Step Act, a criminal justice bill which enacted reforms that make our justice system fairer and help former inmates successfully return to society. The First Step Act's reforms addressed inequities in sentencing laws that disproportionately harmed Black Americans and reformed mandatory minimums that created unfair outcomes. The First Step Act expanded judicial discretion in sentencing of nonviolent crimes. Over 90% of those benefiting from the retroactive sentencing reductions in the First Step Act are Black Americans. The First Step Act provides rehabilitative programs to inmates, helping them successfully rejoin society and not return to crime. Trump increased funding for historically black colleges and universities (HBCUs) by more than 14%. Trump signed legislation forgiving Hurricane Katrina debt that threatened HBCUs. New single-family home sales are up 31.6% in October 2019 compared to just 1 year ago. Made HBCUs a priority by creating the position of Executive Director of the White House Initiative on HBCUs. Trump received the Bipartisan Justice Award at a historically black college for his criminal justice reform accomplishments. The poverty rate fell to a 17-year low of 11.8% under the Trump administration as a result of a jobs-rich environment. Poverty rates for African Americans and Hispanic Americans have reached their lowest levels since the U.S. began collecting such data. President Trump signed a bill that creates 5 national monuments, expands several national parks, adds 1.3 million acres of wilderness, and permanently reauthorizes the Land and Water Conservation Fund. Trump's USDA committed $124 million to rebuild rural water infrastructure. Consumer confidence and small business confidence is at an all-time high. More than 7 million jobs created since election. More Americans are now employed than ever recorded before in our history. More than 400,000 manufacturing jobs created since his election. Trump appointed 5 openly gay ambassadors. Trump ordered Rick Grenell, his openly gay ambassador to Germany, to lead a global initiative to decriminalize homosexuality across the globe. Through Trump's Anti-Trafficking Coordination Team (AC Team) initiative, federal law enforcement more than doubled convictions of human traffickers and increased the number of defendants charged by 75% in AC Team districts. In 2018, the Department of Justice (DOJ) dismantled an organization that was the Internet's leading source of prostitution-related advertisements resulting in sex trafficking. Trump's OM published new anti-trafficking guidance for government procurement officials to more effectively combat human trafficking. Trump's Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Homeland Security investigations arrested 1,588 criminals associated with human trafficking. Trump's Department of Health and Human Services provided funding to support the National Human Trafficking Hotline to identify perpetrators and give victims the help they need. The hotline identified 16,862 potential human trafficking cases. Trump's DOJ provided grants to organizations that support human trafficking victims, serving nearly 9,000 cases from July 1, 2017, to June 30, 2018. The Department of Homeland Security has hired more victim assistance specialists, helping victims get resources and support. President Trump has called on Congress to pass school choice legislation so that no child is trapped in a failing school because of his or her zip code. The President signed funding legislation in September 2018 that increased funding for school choice by $42 million. The tax cuts signed into law by President Trump promote school choice by allowing families to use 529 college savings plans for elementary and secondary education. Asterisk under his leadership ISIS has lost most of their territory and been largely dismantled. Asterisk ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was killed. Asterisk signed the first Perkins CTE reauthorization since 2006, authorizing more than $1 billion for states each year to fund vocational and career education programs. Asterisk executive order expanding apprenticeship opportunities for students and workers. Asterisk Trump issued an executive order prohibiting the U.S. government from discriminating against Christians or punishing expressions of faith. Asterisk signed an executive order that allows the government to withhold money from college campuses deemed to be anti-Semitic and who fail to combat antisemitism. Asterisk President Trump ordered a halt to U.S. tax money going to international organizations that fund or perform abortions. Asterisk Trump imposed sanctions on the socialists in Venezuela who have killed their citizens. Asterisk finalized new trade agreement with South Korea. Asterisk made a deal with the European Union to increase U.S. energy exports to Europe. Asterisk withdrew the U.S. from the job-killing TPP deal. Asterisk secured $250 billion in new trade and investment deals in China and $12 billion in Vietnam. Asterisk okayed up to $12 billion in aid for farmers affected by unfair trade retaliation. Asterisk has had over a dozen U.S. hostages freed, including those Obama could not get freed. Asterisk Trump signed the Music Modernization Act, the biggest change to copyright law in decades. Asterisk Trump secured billions that will fund the building of a wall at our southern border. Asterisk the Trump administration is promoting second chance hiring to give former inmates the opportunity to live crime-free lives and find meaningful employment. Asterisk Trump's DOJ and the Board of Prisons launched a new Ready to Work initiative to help connect employers directly with former prisoners. Asterisk President Trump's historic tax cut legislation included new Opportunity Zone incentives to promote investment in low-income communities across the country. Asterisk 8,764 communities across the country have been designated as Opportunity Zones. Asterisk Opportunity Zones are expected to spur $100 billion in long-term private capital investment in economically distressed communities across the country. Asterisk Trump directed the Education Secretary to end Common Core. Asterisk Trump signed the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund into law. Asterisk Trump signed measure funding prevention programs for veteran suicide. Asterisk companies have brought back over $1 trillion from overseas because of the TCJA bill that Trump signed. Asterisk manufacturing jobs are growing at the fastest rate in more than 30 years. Asterisk stock market has reached record highs. Asterisk median household income has hit highest level ever recorded. Asterisk African American unemployment is at an all-time low, was until COVID bullshit. Asterisk Hispanic American unemployment is at an all-time low. Asterisk Asian American unemployment is at an all-time low. Asterisk women's unemployment rate is at a 65-year low. Asterisk youth unemployment is at a 50-year low. Asterisk we have the lowest unemployment rate ever recorded. Asterisk the pledge to America's workers has resulted in employers committing to train more than 4 million Americans. Asterisk 95% of U.S. manufacturers are optimistic about the future, the highest ever. Asterisk as a result of the Republican tax bill, small businesses will have the lowest top marginal tax rate in more than 80 years. Asterisk signed welfare reform requiring able-bodied adults who don't have children to work or look for work if they're on welfare. Asterisk under Trump, the FDA approved more affordable generic drugs than ever before in history. Asterisk reformed Medicare program to stop hospitals from overcharging low-income seniors on their drugs, saving seniors hundreds of millions of dollars this year alone. Asterisk signed right to try legislation allowing terminally ill patients to try experimental treatment that wasn't allowed before. Asterisk secured $6 billion in new funding to fight the opioid epidemic. Asterisk signed VA Choice Act and VA Accountability Act, expanded VA telehealth services, walk-in clinics, and same-day urgent primary and mental health care. Asterisk U.S. oil production recently reached all-time high so we are less dependent on oil from the Middle East. Asterisk the U.S. is a net natural gas exporter for the first time since 1957. Asterisk NATO allies increased their defense spending because of his pressure campaign. Asterisk withdrew the United States from the job-killing Paris Climate Accord in 2017, and that same year the U.S. still led the world by having the largest reduction in carbon emissions. Asterisk has his circuit court judge nominees being confirmed faster than any other new administration. Asterisk had his Supreme Court Justices Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh confirmed. Asterisk moved U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Asterisk agreed to a new trade deal with Mexico and Canada that will increase jobs here and $dollar coming in. Asterisk reached a breakthrough agreement with the EU to increase U.S. exports. Asterisk imposed tariffs on China in response to China's forced technology transfer, intellectual property theft, and their chronically abusive trade practices, has agreed to a Part 1 trade deal with China. Asterisk signed legislation to improve the National Suicide Hotline. Asterisk signed the most comprehensive childhood cancer legislation ever into law, which will advance childhood cancer research and improve treatments. Asterisk the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act signed into law by Trump doubled the maximum amount of the child tax credit available to parents and lifted the income limits so more people could claim it. Asterisk it also created a new tax credit for other dependents. Asterisk in 2018, President Trump signed into law a $2.4 billion funding increase for the Child Care and Development Fund, providing a total of $8.1 billion to states to fund child care for low-income families. Asterisk the Child and Dependent Care Tax Credit (CDCTC) signed into law by Trump provides a tax credit equal to 20 to 35% of child care expenses, $3,000 per child and $6,000 per family, plus flexible spending accounts (FSAs) allow you to set aside up to $5,000 in pre-tax dollar to use for child care. Asterisk in 2019, President Donald Trump signed the Autism Collaboration, Accountability, Research, Education and Support Act (CARES) into law, which allocates $1.8 billion in funding over the next 5 years to help people with autism spectrum disorder and to help their families. Asterisk in 2019, President Trump signed into law 2 funding packages providing nearly $19 million in new funding for lupus-specific research and education programs, as well as an additional $41.7 billion in funding for the National Institutes of Health (NIH), the most lupus funding ever. Asterisk another upcoming accomplishment to add, in the next week or two Trump will be signing the first major anti-robocall law in decades called the TRACED Act, Telephone Robocall Abuse Criminal Enforcement and Deterrence. Once it's the law, the TRACED Act will extend the period of time the FCC has to catch and punish those who intentionally break telemarketing restrictions. The bill also requires voice service providers to develop a framework to verify calls are legitimate before they reach your phone. Asterisk U.S. stock market continually hits all-time record highs. Asterisk because so many people asked for a document with all of this listed in one place, here it is. No links provided to remove bias as Google search is easy. Print this out for family, friends, neighbors, etc. I encourage you to drop this list off to voters before the 2020 election too. Asterisk Trump did all of this while fighting flagrant abuse and impeachment charges. And that, as they say, is the proof in the pudding, AVR. Links to Anna's articles and resources can be found in the video description box. Thank you for subscribing, liking and sharing. If you enjoy having Anna's latest articles made into videos, please consider making a purchase from Ed's website sacredintuitiveelements.com. Thank you.